Hello, you're live with ArchieLuxury. Today, I'm discussing my latest, well, I haven't actually paid for it. It's a watch, it's a swaps. It's a swaps. And it's the IWC Ingenieur 3227-01. And it's using the in-house 80110 movement. It's a big, hefty fucker. And speaking of big, hefty fuckers, I've got America's favorite pro bono lawyer, Clyde, on the channel. How are you, Clyde?
Good. How about yourself, Archie?
I've been better. I've been better. Things aren't going so well, Clyde. I've just had 4 live shows with you about my relationships destroyed by YouTube, my employment prospects hopeless, my everything bad, and you continue to ask me how am I going. Clyde, it's bad. Okay, it's bad. Joining us, we've got the sucker horn, and today, John,
good, mate. Not too hot by the sound of it.
I want to tell you the truth there. I'm trying to revitalize. The channel's gone to the shit. Everything's fucked. The ratings are terrible. Everything's bad and nasty. So I thought, how can I get a little bit more of a kick into the show? And I did a swapsy with a dealer, swapped a few ladies' watches I was stuck with. And I've got an IWC. I still owe them a bit of money as well, but I'm paying it off. I'm trying to get a kick out of the channel. I've never had an IWC. I want to talk to you boys about this watch. John, very quickly, what did you think? Do you like it? Hate it? You just be truthful. Be honest.
You reckon that the channel's in the shitter, and that's your best alternative to get it out of the shitter. So,
well, I got to do something, okay? At least I moved one step. You know, I did something. Okay. But what do you think? Do you like the IWC? Yes or no?
I wouldn't. Nah, I wouldn't wear it.
Clyde, you're a man who's recently bought a Panerai. You vote Democrat. You vote Democrat. What do you think of the yes, thank you, the Panerai. What do you think of the IWC I bought? I traded. I swapsy, traded and cash. What do you think? Yes, no, maybe. Be honest. Just tell me the truth. Be brutal.
Well, at least you don't have the women's watches. I mean, what the hell are you going to do with those? So I guess it's better than something
the soulmate wasn't working out. The soulmate thing wasn't working out.
I'm looking at Ernie Crystal Meth. Idiot. IWC stands for idiotic wakers. Oh, you know, it's kind of a nice design, but it is big and thick, and I just don't. It almost seems like completely the opposite of what you've been preaching now for all these many years. You know, it does have a resemblance to the Royal Oak, but also I think, how much is the servicing on that puppy?
It has just been serviced by IWC.
I understand. The question was, Mr.
$1,000.
Oh! Ah!
But he replaced the bezel. He replaced the bezel. He didn't need to do that, did he?
How much would it be without replacing the bezel?
Oh, probably $700.
Oh.
It's an ETA machine. It's not that expensive.
Oh.
Well, you know, actually, I actually had mine adjusted and looked over my Panerai with a 6497. You want to know how much?
How much?
It was 7. They had to adjust it by 7 seconds. He asked for $5. I gave him 6 because I'm a nice guy.
Big-hearted of you, Clyde. Did you throw him a tenner?
Well, you know, I had a 5 out of 1 and a 20, and you know, fuck that. I'm not going to be that generous.
$5. That sounds very, but that's not a full service, Clyde. That's just an adjustment. Just hang on, one tick, guys, one tick.
Another phone call. We got another phone call in.
How can I make the channel better? Well, maybe not take phone calls during live streams might be a way to think, something to consider about. Hey, sweetie, can I call you back?
Oh, no. No, I think this is something else. That's something else, that's for sure. His best call in life to reinvigorate the channel was to get an IWC.
Well,
I don't know how long you have this. How long do you reckon you'll have it, Clyde?
Watch flipping in 5, 4, 3. As soon as he can get more money out of it than what he's got into it.
Is it a keeper, Arch? Hello, he's checking out something. Is it a keeper?
Yeah. I mean, he's also got other watches. I'm trying to figure out what he's trying to do with the Breitling and the Oris and the other ones. I mean, why have them? Why not? You know, if you're hard up on cash, sell them.
Hello, we've got another bit of drama. I thought we had him for a minute. He's bolted again, gentlemen. You got questions from the gallery, gentlemen. You know, could you help us with what Archie's doing? What are we doing without the watch?
IWC stands for Idiot Wants Content.
Oh God. Where are we going?
I don't know. The captain of the ship just left.
Hello, no, he's returning.
Oh,
He's
okay.
returning. Quick, on with the headphones. Here we go.
Hello.
Oh, there's the volume trip again.
Yeah. They want to know what watch you have. You still have the Longines? Mr. Suckerhorn.
What was that? What was that?
Oh,
Yeah, I can hear you, mate.
Oh, they're wanting to know what watch you have. You still have the gold Longines, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
You there, Arch? Mate, switch the volume control. Yeah, that's right.
What do you think of the IWC?
Oh, we've just bagged it, Arch. We just bagged it.
You don't like it?
No, new video.
What did you think's wrong with it, Suckerhorn?
Oh, is it a keeper? Is this going to be a keeper?
Or a flipper? Flipper.
I don't know. I'm trying desperately to bring some new blood in, see, because the IWC is a brand that people have said, what do you think of IWC? What do you think of IWC? So I thought I'd just go and get one. So I got one that's got a lot of controversy to that model because it uses a movement which they said was in-house, but actually it looks like it might actually be based with an ETA, which it's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. But I got to tell you the truth, boys. I got to tell you the truth. This is a really cool watch because it's big and chunky, and I actually like it. I like the hands on it. The hands, it's really quite nicely done.
Mm-hmm.
Clyde, I like it because it's got a nice dial. I love the hands on it. They're very unique, very 70s hands. Guilloche dial.
Now, what does the Guilloche dial mean for the unwashed?
Well, Guilloche dial is that pattern. You know, you have that layered pattern. So it's very difficult to do. You know, it's difficult to do. A lot of watches, you know, it's a degree of complexity because it's easy to fuck it up. But it's a very interesting watch. Clyde, I'm disappointed you don't like it. You don't like it as well? We've heard the Suckerhorn. What about you? Do you like it or hate it? What's your view?
I'm indifferent about it. I mean, IWC, okay, it's got the inspired design.
Yeah.
It does look kind of like a Royal Oak, but it's not. It's almost a Royal Oak.
Yep, that's true. True. It's better than a Royal Oak.
No, almost a Royal Oak.
It's not the point, Paul, that you like it. You said you like it. Well, that's the most important thing. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter what anybody else's opinions, thinks about it.
That's true.
I got to be honest with you. I don't know. I just fucking like it. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know
End
why.
of story.
You
End
know
of
what the-
story.
Well, you know what the funny thing is
Mm.
I was pulling out actually one of mine out.
Mm.
Of course, I lost it again. And it's like, it's actually the cheapest one I've got. It's a Rolex Date 150-200. It's a minty little cherry safe queen.
Yeah.
And it's a lot smaller than what I normally like. But
Yeah.
there's just something about the dial and the double silver indices. I just can't take my eyes off it a lot of the time. So it's funny how something where I thought I would like it the least is the ones I actually kind of like the most.
Is it a holes case or no holes case?
It is a holes case. It's from 1982.
Sapphire or plastic? Plastic.
Plastic, 82. 152, 15000, the 15200 came later, was the sapphire.
That's right.
But
wow.
it almost seems like coral. Yeah, I really do. And it's I had like one of the a 4-digit one, just a plain old silver oyster perpetual. But there's just something about this one, and just the overall aesthetics of the case I just like. I can't explain why. It almost seems like with watches, the discovery is almost more about yourself, I guess, discovering what you really like is almost as much as is about the watches. But then again, I'm just a dumbass from Western Oklahoma. Do you have
Clyde? What do you think of the fact that the movement on the IWC? I mean, the Ingenieur, it's got a bit of a complicated history, because this was supposed to be this is IWC's version of the Milgauss. It actually came out before the Milgauss. Okay.
But not as it doesn't have quite the magnetic shielding that the Milgauss has.
This one does.
No, I thought you said it was like 500 Gauss.
Yeah, I'll have to check that. Okay, I will check it. But
Milgauss is 1,000 Gauss, so I think that one would have half the magnetic resistance of this one, right?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'll have to check it out. Okay, I'll have to check it out. But what I'm trying to say to you is, this watch itself is such a cool piece because it's got the in-house movement. But then the controversy is it really in-house? The movement's based on an ETA movement. What would you say? Is it in-house or it's not in-house? Tell me what you think.
Well, it depends how heavily they modify it, I suppose. Can a competent independent watchmaker still work on it?
Well, they reckon that there's no parts interchangeable with the Valjoux ETA movement.
So it's like based upon, like this movie is based on a true story.
Yeah. So what does that mean exactly?
Well, they've made their own in-house movement, isn't it? Like it may be similar, but it's not the same thing. That's the bottom line, isn't it?
Mm.
But as far as obtaining an IWC, is that the best mark in the sand you could have found to represent the brand?
Well, I always like the Ingenieurs. I like that line.
Oh, well, that's another strike. Yeah, that's another home run statement. Yeah, you've always liked them, and you like them.
But it's a watch I should hate because it's so fucking big and chunky. You know that? It's huge. The thing is fucking huge and heavy. It's very hefty, but something I just like about it. I don't know what it is.
Well, and like I said, my little day, it's the cheapest watch I have. It's the smallest watch I have, but this just tickles me. I can't explain why. It's a logic. It's the heart versus head.
Clyde, do you think I should have got a Panerai?
No, I think so. At least, a Panerai or like a 111 or 112, like you're talking about, if that thing completely goes tits up, you can always take it to an independent, and should be able to competently work on it inexpensively and quickly. One of the things you're talking about, how one of your earlier videos from like a week or two ago about how greed is killing the Swiss watch industry.
Yes.
Well, under the circumstances and looking on the Panerai boards, there's a lot of horror stories where people pay dearly for service at the service center in Texas and are getting substandard work. So I'm wondering.
The interesting thing is, the PAM 111, that's sort of the same money as the IWC I got. You know that? It's a similar sort of money.
Right.
You think I should have bought a PAM 111? What do you think?
I don't think you can get a PAM 111 for that price. I mean, with my 000, I got it for $29.50, and I stole that son of a bitch. I lucked out.
Yeah, no, well, the IWC technically cost me $3.50 US.
Jeepers.
Yeah.
Should have gone off on the Panerai.
You reckon, John?
Yeah.
But also,
what do you keep smelling it for?
Sorry?
What do you keep smelling it for? What does that do?
Smelling it, it's lucky. It's because it came off a guy who had an accident. That's all. Okay.
Had an accident.
Yeah.
What kind of accident?
He wasn't discovered for a couple of weeks.
It's dead.
Was it? Wait, did you get the watch out of the van? No wonder. It looked like that tape. It looked like that tape had been disturbed. And then you're thinking, I could go in that van and get the watch off the dead guy. Certainly crime scene cleanup shouldn't be a big deal now. See, I see how it's all tying together.
Yes. I understand what you're saying there. Look, what do you think? Suckerhorn, you hate it. You hate it. It's big, it's chunky. You hate its guts, don't you?
I didn't say I hated it.
Yeah.
Wear it. And I also said, if you'd like it, that's all that matters to me.
What did you think? What did you honestly think of the movement with the ETA story? What do you think? You've heard those nasty comments have come out there.
I think
this is the thing. They're about as IWC is about as honest as Volkswagen with their fuel ratings.
Yeah, well, maybe it's not necessarily credit the brand as what you're advocating. Yeah. How long are you going to have this one for as a keeper? It
might be a keeper.
Might be.
You mean you can't sell it? He means he can't sell it.
Be a keeper.
It might be a keeper.
Well, but I was actually thinking about it. Do you think eventually, with a lot of brands, it seems like having an in-house movement. I'm looking to see if Samantha Giaroso is making a comment about you smelling the watch. She has I'm wondering though, eventually, if instead of an ETA, because they're so easy to have serviced, if that might become a asset rather than a liability. One of the reason I chose the PAM I did is it's the closest one to before this Richmond, those Swiss, Watts took it over.
Yes.
And it still has the original. It has specifically because it has the plainest Jane 6497 movement in it, which is like bulletproof.
Yes.
So instead of paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars and sending it off to Texas, getting a watch that they might screw up as badly, and mailing it back, I just take it to Chilton's Watch Hospital and say, "Hey, Bobo, see you in 2 days." Rolex, I would trust. Of course, there's enough independents that still are competent and have still somehow kept the tools. But a lot of these mid-rate brands, like Panerai even, I don't think I wouldn't get a Panerai with an in-house movement. They're new, they're untested, as opposed to their Swiss as opposed to the Swiss counterparts, the ETA movements.
Good point. You got a good point there. I mean, what the fuck is the big deal? Everyone's gone crazy for in-house. Do you need it?
And what does the in-house bring to the table? Well, the thing is, I think one of the things I've heard you talk about is what does the in-house bring to the table? Like Rolex, you know, the in-house movements have the quality and dependability. They've gone for years and years and years and years with keeping in watches.
Yes.
Something that IWC or Panerai just created 6 months ago.
Yeah. That's right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Clyde, were you surprised I went for the IWC? Tell me the truth.
Yeah, I figured it was some sort of long con. It's like, okay, what's he up to? Okay, it's past April 1st. That's not it.
What did you think, John? Tell me what you think, John. Were you surprised?
Of you buying the Panerai?
The IWC.
The IWC, yes. Yeah, I thought you got a bit of pin money. A little bit of pin money flying around.
I did a swap, John. Swap. I'm broke. My channel's going through fucking purgatory at the moment.
And you've gone off on the, you know.
I don't know what else I can do. What else do I do? Everything's gone bad, John. What else do I do?
Well, maybe flip the IWC. Chance of doing that. You know, get a bit of mileage out of that and flip the IWC. What do you reckon that's worth? US.
See if anyone wants to swap it for a Panerai.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm still enjoying it. I'm still enjoying it.
Well, when you get tired of it, then do that. Maybe see if viewers will send you their watches for you to review for an extended period and do videos about, and like an extended in-depth review.
Yeah, I'll have to think about this. It's guys, it's been great having you on the channel. So, Suckerhorn, you hate it? You hate it, don't you?
It's not about me hating it. I just said I wouldn't wear it.
Clyde, what do you think? Do you like it, hate it? How do you feel about it?
You like it. That's the main thing, isn't it?
Well, you know, I found a better way to spend $3,400. That's all I can say.
I've already got one.
I know. We all know. We definitely all know. Yes. Yeah. But yeah, the other comparison that you did, about talking about $3,500 for the Ingenieur, it's catching, versus $3,500 for a Polar Explorer.
Yeah.
I don't think no, the prices have gone up on them. I haven't seen one. I stole mine, but I haven't seen one. The closest one I could find is like 46, about the same age.
Got you.
Now, if you could like get with, if you could do something, if you could claim some sort of causal effect as the price of Polar Explorer is going up and substantiate it. I actually think everyone in the Archie camp, you know, you and other people that shall remain nameless but friendly to the channel, have all talked about what a bargain the bargain the Polar Explorer is. The prices have gone up. Yeah,
I know what you're saying. Okay, Clyde, let's wrap this show up. John, it's been great having you on the channel. It's been great having you, Clyde. Next week, you want to do a show next week, boys?
Thank you.
Clyde, you want to do a show next week?
Oh, sure. I'll get out of the suit next time.
No, we like you in the suit, Clyde.
Well, true. Well,
whatever's easy. Whatever's easy, Clyde. It doesn't really matter, Clyde. We don't put you on here for your good looks, okay? You're not here.
I said the Suckerhorn is really good influence. I thought about this, and it's just like, well, he's going to be in a suit. Why should I go through extra effort to get out of mine?
Yeah, no, you look great there. I'd honestly trust you. You're the sort of lawyer I want you to represent me. You know, if I was facing trial.
I appreciate that.
You know, it's the sort of look and you know, honest. You look like a grey head who I could trust. He's not just 12 months at a law school.
Well, this is actually one of my lesser suits. It's rained quite a bit. We had quite a bit of rain today in Oklahoma, so it's just like I don't want to wear my good ones out in the rain.
And where can I stick my trailer in your car park if I'm desperate?
You know, Dallas Time Bandits probably has a trailer hookup in his large house. He also just got a Daytona, and that would keep you busy for a while. Looking at that one.
Okay. Thanks very much, guys. That's a great show we